Hello, everyone. I'm Fozzie or Cam, and I'm here with my co-host Will. How you doing today, Will?
Doing great, Cam. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and I apologize if I sound sick. It's because I am. I have a bit of a cold, so I sound a bit stuffed up, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Uh, I just wanted to say thank you to you guys. I mean, we just got 1,000 views on the first episode. What 1,200 views to be more specific. Uh, on our first episode of the Everything Music Show with Forrest Hill. I mean, that was great, and I want to say a big thank you to Forrest for giving us a shout out on his Instagram, and I think that was really nice of him.
Yeah, for sure. A big thank you to Forrest, and
Oh yeah,
you'll get to hear from John Cavada, another talented musician, this Saturday, as well. And yeah, no, thank you to the fans. Definitely the biggest moment on this podcast so far, and definitely sorry to hear that you have a cold today, Cam. But glad that you're here, and we can do this as we do most every Tuesday.
totally, yeah. Uh, by the way, we have a shorts channel. Definitely check that out. Because if you just want if you don't have enough energy to listen to a full podcast, or maybe you're not a podcast type of guy and you just want information in short form delivered directly to you, subscribe to the Everything Podcast Shorts. Get the same amount of you get the same amount of content as we give you in an episode of the podcast, but it's shorter. So yeah, definitely check it out. We give you news and talk about things we want to talk about. We have a great short that I'll be posting soon with Will. He'll be discussing Stephen A. Smith's return to First Take, and we'll also be discussing that on the podcast today. So yeah, definitely subscribe to that.
No doubt. Yep. Everything podcast shorts. It's the link is in the description of the Everything podcast, and there is also a link to it in the description of the Everything podcast episode 35 as well.
Yes. Uh, all right. So today we have quite a bit to talk about. Let's just start off with this. If you're a big fan of my content, then you probably saw my on my own YouTube channel, Fozzie. Uh,
Yeah, folks, if you have not, go to Fozzie right now. There's a big video out right now, and I mean a big one. So yes, please go to the YouTube channel Fozzie and check that out. You're not gonna want to miss this one.
Fozzie. Uh, yeah. So I actually was able to meet Johnny from Karate Kid or Cobra Kai, William
Woo!
Zabka.
That's a big event. That's a big event, and he seemed like such a nice guy too.
Yeah, he was fantastic. I mean, he was just a really cool guy. And obviously, I didn't get to talk to him a lot, but I got to see him interact with other people, and because I had to wait in line for quite a while,
Yeah,
and I
and he
got
also gave you a high five, and you got to shake his hand at me as
yeah,
well.
yeah. I also got to hear him. I got to hear him speak at a panel, where he was discussing the future of Cobra Kai, and he was answering fan questions. I didn't ask a question because I honestly felt bad for him because some of the questions people were asking were truly ridiculous.
Was it like simple like stuff that everybody should know the answer to, or was it
No, no,
like
no.
questions that
It
weren't
wasn't
very
like that.
intriguing?
It was just questions that no one really understood.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, I don't know. I just felt bad because it was kind of awkward.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that you would have asked a much better question than other people there, though, because you know the show extremely well, and you would have had a good thing to ask him. And
Well,
Martin Cove
if
is
I.
as well, because both of them were at that panel.
Yeah, they were. Martin Cove seems like a really cool guy. I didn't get to meet him because.
But he was at the stand next to William Zabka, though, right?
Yeah,
So
and
you
I
did get
did
to
get
see
to see
him.
him. I did get to see him several times. I also got to see Sean Astin, Bob
Oh,
from Stranger
fantastic.
Things. He was
Fantastic.
across the way, and I got to see him. Uh, but Martin Cove, yeah, he seems like a really cool guy. he definitely gives off Kreese energy. He definitely gives off that old evil man kind of vibe. But maybe that's just because he plays his character so well in Cobra Kai. I can't see him as anything else.
Yeah, well, he absolutely plays his character fantastically, and Cobra Kai. But yeah, no, meeting William Zabka, I mean, that's a pretty big event, Cam. So yeah, that's definitely something that you'll remember for the rest of your life. And like, what would you say was like the best thing about being able to take a to take a picture with him, or just like, well, it's just your most memorable thing about the whole experience?
Honestly, the most memorable thing must have been like it just it's not you all right. Let me put it this way: you watch a show and you see the character on the show, and you feel like you get to know the character.
Yeah.
But then when you get to see him in real life, it unlocks a whole new thing. Like, I actually met this person. I don't know if that makes sense completely,
No, yeah.
but
No,
you
that does make, yeah. Sorry, Cam, go ahead.
you get what I'm saying, right? I mean, it just unlocks a whole new sense of, wow, I guess I kind of do know him, you know?
Yeah, and I also wanted to ask, like, with the official trailer for season 5 coming out today, tell me if I'm off. Tell me if I'm off here, but like, do you have like a different connection or different feelings and thoughts come up when you watched Johnny today in the season 5 trailer, knowing that you actually got to meet William Zabka? Was that different watching him today in the trailer, knowing that you
It's
actually
just
got
so
to meet
cool.
him?
It's just so cool. It's a whole different experience once you actually see how they are in real life and see how their characters are, because obviously Johnny and William Zabka are different people, but there are slight similarities between their character and the person. As William Zabka said, uh, he doesn't have that much of a drinking problem. He said that in the panel where he was talking. Uh,
That's good.
yeah, it did make me
That's good.
laugh. But William Zabka pointed out some similarities he had between his character and himself,
That's
and
cool.
just watching the trailer was like, oh yeah, I guess I see that. And I
Yeah.
also want to mention that during the panel where I heard him talk and stuff, Chris was there, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
Uh, Chris said, I told you right as it happened, Will. Chris always gets his revenge. When asked about what will happen
Well,
with
we'll talk
Chris,
about Kreese in prison in a second with
oh
the
yeah,
season 5
that
official trailer.
that was when
We'll
he was
we'll talk
asked.
about that.
That was when he was asked about what will happen with him and Terry Silver. So I'm
Well, I
pretty
can't
excited.
wait. I can't wait to find out. And then just a couple more things. So when you got to take the photo with William Zabka, I saw that you handed your phone to someone. Was that a photographer that was there taking every photo, or who took the photo of you and William Zabka?
Oh yeah, that she was a crew member for the Boston Fan Expo, which I
Okay.
attended, and because there were two things you could do. You could either get your autograph for I don't know $50 and picture for 60, and both for 100, I think. Uh, so I did the picture and I just handed her the phone. I
Yeah.
think you could take a selfie if you wanted to, or you could just do a picture. I thought it would just be easier to have her do a picture.
I think that you made a good choice, and as great as like an autograph would be, I think a selfie is like maybe even more memorable because you actually get to see yourself and your face standing next to
Totally,
a
totally.
celebrity that you admire and enjoy. And how much courage did that take, Cam? Because I would be incredibly nervous if I were you,
Oh,
even though celebrities are just people.
it, I was thinking about that too, actually. I was just thinking, here I am, getting nervous in line about meeting someone who's like the same as me. I mean, I don't know why I was getting so nervous. It was just another person. I don't know. I see people on a daily basis, and this specific human being is making me nervous just because he's on television. I mean, that's ridiculous. But I get what you're saying, and I was nervous, but when I went up and when I shook his hand and gave him a high five and got my picture taken with him, I kind of just let my brain go on autopilot. Because if I focused on it too much, I would be like, oh, why did I do that? Or, oh, I shook his hand for too long. Or, oh, what an awful high five. I just had to let my brain go on autopilot and just go through it. And I did notice he smelled like cigarettes.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did. I know actors do that to lose weight, so
Okay.
maybe that's why.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping to possibly be able to get a picture with William Zabka this November because both him and
San Francisco,
Martin Cove, they'll be at the Fan Expo in San Francisco this November. So, I hope to maybe get the chance to take a picture with William Zabka as well. And it was nice to be able to watch you do it because like I get like phenomenally nervous doing things like that. So to see how nice of a guy he was and how nice he was to you, that would make me feel better if I go and get a picture with him this November at the Fan Expo in San Francisco.
Totally. And I saw Kreese because his line was significantly less crowded. If you got to meet Kreese, it was pretty cool. He was having like full-on conversations with people. It was awesome.
That's great. And it would just be like too much money, right? To be able to like take a photo with both of them. It just seems like it would cost too much. You have to buy the ticket
to the Fan Expo.
Yeah.
You have to pay for the autograph if you want one, or the photo if you want one, And it's like $60. And Ewan McGregor was there, and I think it was like $200 for a photo.
Did you see him or did you not see him?
He was going to the Fan Expo on a different day. It goes on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I went on Friday.
Yeah, that's cool. So I know that you had to leave the line with William Zabka to go and see him at Martin Cove do the panel, and then you were able to get to go back and get back in line because you had been handed the note. But like, how long would you say in total? Pre-panel and then after the panel when you were given your spot back in line, how much time in total would you say you had to wait for your picture with the great William Zabka?
Well, the video I kind of was a little bit too dramatic. I need to spice it up for YouTube,
Yeah. But and I thought that you did a great job like creating an excitement for the big moment, which was you meeting William Zabka.
Thank you. But honestly, it wasn't awful. I'd say in total. Well, are we counting the panel that he did?
No, just the time that you were in line.
I'll say maybe an hour 15, maybe.
Okay. Did you get impatient at all, or was it just completely worth the wait because of the guy that you were meeting?
I had a spot saved for me in line, and so I just walked around because it's a big event and there are like shops around with really cool things.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I took a picture with this crazy Boba Fett guy.
I saw that. That was good.
Great. I mean,
you saw Chewbacca and Stormtroopers there. You said as well.
There are a lot of people in costumes. I find it strange. I don't do costumes like that.
I would not do that either if I went to Expo. Yeah. So are there like stand? Yeah. Sorry, Cam. Go ahead.
It's fine if other people do it. It's just not my thing.
Oh, of course. So are there like a bunch of different like stands and like toys and stuff that you can buy at these?
Oh, totally. Yeah, totally. There was an Infinity Gauntlet you could buy.
Oh, that's fantastic. I bet that cost a lot.
Yeah, it sure did. Like a lot.
Yeah, and then just to clarify, so you had to pay a ticket to attend the Boston Fan Expo, and then you had to pay money to get a picture with William Zabka. And did you just get a free pass to the Martin Cove William Zabka panel, or did you have to pay for that too?
For the oh no, that was free. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So anybody could walk in there and could you just sit anywhere, or did you have to stand and
you could actually sit anywhere. It was great.
Okay, that's awesome.
I'd say there are about 50 people in there,
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah.
give or
And were
take.
there like ads and stuff saying like Martin Cove, William Zabka panel coming up at such and such time?
Yes, there were.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. The only reason that I'm asking these questions just because I plan on going to the Fan Expo in San Francisco this November,
Totally.
and I just want to get a sense of what it would be like and make sure that I would know when panels were going on and how much I would have to spend and what it's like. So thank you for sharing that info, Cam.
Yeah, totally. Uh, yeah, I think it's a really fun experience to just meet
It just seems like the
celebrities. You
perfect
know.
opportunity, or just like the perfect place for if you're a diehard fan of
Yeah.
of these people in the shows that they're on, like William Zabka and Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it's truly an experience. You know. Uh, I think it's just it was an honor to have to have gotten to meet him. You know. And once
Oh, for
again,
sure.
it sounds so silly because it's just another human being.
Yeah, like that is the thing that we like non-celebrity humans have to remember. Like
Yeah.
they're just people, even if we don't think they are. But it's not like that would make my nerves any less. But I would, hopefully go to meet William Zabka this November. But I still plan on trying to do it. And anybody living here in Northern California, November 25th through 27th. San Francisco Fan Expo. You can go to their website and yeah, November 25th through 27th, the Fan Expo in San Francisco. Anybody in Northern California, I would definitely try and go to this because you have a chance to meet people like William Zabka and Martin Cove from Cobra Kai, which is an amazing show.
Totally. Yeah. And yeah, it was really fun to get to make a video about it. But that's enough about me. I think it's time we talk about the trailer for season 5 of Cobra Kai.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Let me just start by saying this. Even though I am so itching to know what he's been up to since the events of Karate Kid 3, I actually love that they didn't even show Mike Barnes in the trailer or the official trailer for
Totally.
Cobra Kai
Yeah.
season 5 that came out today, because like that just adds to the hype in the suspense of not knowing where he's been and who he'll be signing with. So I think they did what all great shows do, which is not show anything to do with Mike Barnes and just wait until September 9th when the actual season premieres on Netflix. So I thought that was a really good choice by them.
My only thing is that they showed too much of Miguel, and I just wanted to see what would happen with him in Mexico, but it obviously...
Well, I don't like them showing that. Like, I don't like them revealing that, like, they found Miguel, because you don't know if that would happen or not. So even though I love what they did with Mike Barnes, I do feel like they gave too much away with Miguel. So I completely agree with you on that.
Yeah, there's a really...
And why do we need to know that Robbie and Miguel are going to fight in Mexico? Can't you save that? Make that a big reveal for the season? Heck, I love the Daniel Terry Silver fight tease, but heck, why don't you hold off on that too? But I guess you also have to get the fans excited, and a Daniel Terry Silver rematch could certainly do that. And I love this goatee that it seems like Daniel will be growing partly in this season. That shot of him at the end when he's seemingly getting ready to fight Terry Silver, that was a badass looking Daniel to me. So I loved his look there at the end with some facial hair coming in.
Yeah. He doesn't look like a 20-year-old kid anymore.
Well, it's stunning that Ralph Macchio is in his 60s and it looks like he's playing a character in his 40s.
Honestly, I could go as far to say 30s. Honestly, he looks great.
No doubt.
So does William Zabka as well. I mean,
yeah, and I was watching when I was in Massachusetts recovering from COVID one night. me and my mom watched the season finale of season 3 of Cobra Kai, and I was like, wow, Martin Kove must be in his like 60s or 70s, and he's doing all this karate and sprawling with William Zabka and Ralph Macchio. So I was very impressed with him too.
He's
Doing
76 years old right
karate
now.
like 76 years old, maybe 74 or 75 then, and still doing that on a very high level. So much respect to Martin Kove and Ralph Macchio for doing this karate in their 60s and 70s respectively.
Of course, and obviously for the stunts they can't pull off, they have stunt doubles. I mean, there is no movie without a stunt double, you know.
Yeah, that's for sure. But I thought the official trailer coming out today for season 5 was so incredibly epic. Just I'm so excited for this season. As much as I'm sure the students will play a big part, this seems like some legitimate sensei business going on this season.
Honestly, I feel like this is going to be the second to last season.
I could see it maybe being that, or with all the ideas that the show could come up with, I could see there being a few more seasons after this, and I think they could continue to come up with storylines. I really, really do. That's how good they are. But, maybe it will be. But we certainly know that there'll be at least one more season after this.
Yeah. And honestly, it's just going to be so entertaining. I just can't wait.
Do you think that like this season will end in heartbreak and then like next season will be the big triumph?
Well, season 4 kind of ended in heartbreak, would you say?
Yeah, but then I felt like they got you in a more feel-good vibe with Chosen coming in at the end.
You're right.
So
yeah,
I would say it was a bit of a combination, and I would still I'm positive that they have at least talked to Hilary Swank about her possibly coming in. I was talking to my dad, and we were saying maybe like, and I could actually see it in a season like this. Maybe like they're getting beat up by Terry Silver, and there's like no hope, and then Daniel calls Hilary Swank's Julie Pierce character because that's like the only hope that they have left to defeat Terry Silver in Big Bad Cobra Kai.
Now,
and we were thinking that like she could like that like the final season of like the show would maybe be a good time for her to come in, or just like when there's like no hope left and she's like the only person left that Daniel could give a call to come and try and help them win this war.
Yeah. Now, so you think that movie? What is it? The next Karate Kid?
Yeah, exactly correct.
You think it's a good movie, right?
I do. I have it as the second best after the original Karate Kid film. I thought it was well done, and I think you could absolutely incorporate the Julie Pierce character into this show. It would make no sense. Mr. Miyagi mentions Daniel to her. It would make no sense if Mr. Miyagi didn't at least mention her to Daniel. I would assume that they both attended Mr. Miyagi's funeral together. It makes no sense that they both don't at least know that each other exist. So that's why I think they should try and do everything they can to write Hilary Swank into the show, because it just makes common sense.
Yeah, well, I guess before season 5, I should probably watch the next Karate Kid, because I haven't seen that one, and I haven't seen the Karate Kid. But if she comes in
this season, I don't think it would be until like a tease in like the final episode. Or in like, yeah, like I don't think if she comes in this season, I think it would be a tease in the final scene of the final episode,
really? All right.
Like they did with Chosen. I think it would be like Daniel giving her a call saying, we're in a war here. I've got no hope left. You're the last person that I know. Can you help me? Come and try and win this war. And I think that would be like the big tease for her appearance in maybe season 6, like at the end of the season.
All right, yeah. Okay, totally, yeah. Okay. All right, I'm still going to watch it.
Well, in my opinion, at least, it's totally worth your watch, and there's some great stuff from Mr. Miyagi in it as well.
Okay, cool. I just said a lot of all rights and okays in that sentence. That just made me laugh.
That's okay. Well, yeah. Anyway, moving aside, though, from Hilary Swank, I mean, that trailer just got me so amped up. I mean, we're gonna get like Johnny and Chosen together. It looks like we're gonna get Daniel versus Terry Silver. They Mike Barnes, Kreese in jail, a new female South Korean sensei. I mean, this is going to be an epic season, and I just loved the trailer so much. It got me so amped up.
And the thing that has me the most amped up, well, I'm debating between two things: either Kreese in prison or Johnny and Chosen teaming up.
Johnny and Chosen teaming up will be pretty badass.
It sure will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love this goatee, facial hair, new look Daniel that they teased towards the end of the trailer as he seemingly got ready to fight Terry Silver. As I said, I thought Daniel looked pretty kick ass there.
Yeah, totally. I 100% agree. And, yeah, just can't wait for. I can't wait for season 5 of Cobra Kai. Season 4 was a low point for me. It wasn't my favorite.
What did you
season.
not like about it?
I just thought I want to say here, not a bad season. Not my favorite season. I just thought the final few episodes were good. I didn't love the whole.
I thought the finale was a brilliant episode, though.
I didn't love the whole young LaRusso plot with the younger kids.
But I thought that was a way for them to like write the character into the show instead of forgetting about him. And it looks like maybe he actually will be doing some karate this season. So I think they actually know exactly what they're doing with that character.
Yeah, I once again, I'm sure it'll all pan out. It'll work. I mean,
and I felt like Daniel's son, Anthony, that was a way for them to help bring Kenny into the show as well.
Yes, and I like Kenny. I don't love him. I just.
Oh, I think he's a good kid and a good new addition to the show. I just think he could get badder and badder because he's with Cobra Kai and the. You know what? I'm gonna move aside from the like critic and the trailer reviewer. I just want to talk as a fan for a second. John Kreese, even though I believe you are to blame for bringing the bad back into Terry Silver. Terry Silver, you are a lunatic and a madman, and I want your behind kicked so bad this season. I want you behind bars. You are a lunatic, and I will cheer for anybody who knocks you down. You are a lunatic, and I cannot wait to see you fall. It will be an epic sight to see, and you will deserve every single second of it. You are a lunatic of a human being.
Totally. I mean, and what, like you said, it totally is Kreese's fault. I mean, I felt bad for Kreese at the end of season 4, but then I realized, well, he kind of got what he deserved. He did do this, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Terry Silver now went under Terrence, and he had, started a new life for himself, and John Kreese brought the bad ways back into him. But I hate both men. I think both men are crazy.
Yeah.
They've had tough lives, Kreese, fighting in the war and stuff, but both men I just despise.
Yeah, totally. All right, now I kind of wanted to talk about She-Hulk, because we had a new clip released the other day, and there was a ship that came down to that clip, and it looked a lot like the Grandmaster ship, from Thor Ragnarok, and the character Grandmaster played by Jeff Goldblum.
How would you feel about that if that's true?
Woo! I would feel great. I
mean, if the Grandmaster is in this show, think about all like the different cameos they'll have. I mean, Wong, Daredevil, the Grandmaster. That would be something.
All right, so I have heard reviews from people talking about the show, because people have seen the critics have seen the first episode. The first 4 episodes have been released to critics, which is crazy. I really want to be a critic now. But I've heard that it's a really funny show.
Good.
and I am
Glad to hear
so
it. Yeah,
happy.
that's great.
I've heard there are a few jokes that haven't completely landed, and I've heard it's funny when she breaks the fourth wall.
Oh,
Uh,
awesome.
I've heard it's very comic accurate. I've also heard they make Daredevil funny.
Oh boy. Well, I just hope that that's done well. Make it No Way Home good Daredevil
Because
funny.
I have heard people say if they make him funny, whatever, whatever. But Daredevil's not like Batman. He's not a completely serious character. He can joke around. It's not like he's
And
infinitely
that's
depressed.
and that's why I'm saying make it like No Way Home, where it's good, believable, funny Daredevil.
Totally, yeah. I would I would be fine with that, you know?
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Cam. So when do you think Daredevil will come into the show, and when do you think Wong will come into the show?
Alright, let's see here. Daredevil, calling it episode 3.
Okay.
Wong, episode 1. No, episode 2. I think
Yeah.
Wong's gonna be a decently big part.
Do you think that like Wong will be in every episode after episode 2, and Daredevil will be in every episode after episode 3?
Uh, I don't. I think they'll. I think Wong. I think Wong will. I think Wong's gonna be a big part.
What do you
Uh,
think they'll do with Daredevil then?
Daredevil. I think we'll have him for a few episodes, and he might come back in the finale.
Well, that would be great because I love the character and I can't wait for Daredevil Born Again as well.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic. And I also wanted to talk about a few more things I've heard from the reviewers. Uh, it it reminds people of WandaVision because it
Oh,
feels not in the style. It feels like an actual TV show,
good, awesome.
not a movie that's been chopped
Mm.
up into little stories like Moon Knight and turned into a TV show. Uh it feels that they're like different. It feels like different episodes because they don't all connect completely, but that also has some people nervous because people don't exactly know how it's gonna all come together at the end. Uh, so that has me a little bit concerned, but I think we'll be fine. I think it's going to be a funny show, you know.
Then at the end of the day, we can all just sit back and start finding these things out for ourselves
Yeah.
in a couple days.
Yep.
And
Totally.
also, yeah, and also, Cam, let me ask you this. So we're about, maybe a little over halfway through the year, just kind of looking at Marvel in total this year with, Moon Knight and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and Miss Marvel and Thor, Love and Thunder. Obviously, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was epic, but didn't love Moon Knight, didn't love Miss Marvel. I thought Love and Thunder was good, not great. So as much as I love Marvel, I don't think I can give them an outstanding grade so far this year due to how much I didn't enjoy Moon Knight and Miss Marvel and didn't love Thor, Love and Thunder. So obviously, Multiverse of Madness was epic, but I don't think Marvel is having an outstanding year yet so far. What are your thoughts on Marvel so far this year?
Um, I would actually completely agree with you. Multiverse of Madness, one of the I can't believe I'm saying this, but contrary to popular belief, I enjoy Multiverse of Madness. I mean, people think that
I think it's epic. I haven't.
people think just everyone doesn't enjoy Multiverse of Madness. I can't believe that.
I thought it was epic, and I have it in my top 5. And I thought
As do I.
Elizabeth Olsen gave one of the most stunning performances in the entire MCU.
I totally agree, and I I just don't understand it. So that obviously has to make up for that. Obviously, that says something. And Miss Marvel, I didn't totally hate. Neither did Moon Knight. I didn't love them. I really liked the first episode of Miss Marvel. Like I really liked it, and then it just went downhill. But Miss Marvel, I'd say, is just a tinge worse than Moon Knight because Moon Knight had 3 episodes that I enjoyed. That I
Yeah.
like really enjoyed. The first episode, the fifth episode, the sixth episode. So I'll put Moon Knight ahead just because of that. Uh, but I don't think it's been awful so far.
But like
Cause
I would say Multiverse of Madness is saving me from giving Marvel like a C minus grade so far this year.
wow, and I like Thor: Love and Thunder. In fact, I'll be seeing it again tomorrow.
Nice.
Um, it, it it's not a bad movie by any means. It's a solid MCU movie, and my opinion has gotten down a tinge after seeing it. Now I have it at a 7.5 range.
And
Uh,
I've shared what my complaints were on that
totally.
podcast.
Yeah, and I still feel a little bit the same. Now I just realized maybe my number score is a bit too high. So I have my number score down just a little bit. I'm sure you guys understand. Um, but by all means, a really solid Marvel movie. So this so far, and with I Am Groot,
Oh yeah, with that too. Yeah. How could I forget
I'm gonna
about that?
put it at a B so far. Just a B.
I am thinking, all right, you know what? I hate to do this, but I'm gonna go, well, I'll go a B minus so far this year.
Totally
Because
fair.
I didn't think Moon Knight or Miss Marvel were good. I thought Multiverse of Madness was epic and Love and Thunder was good, and I Am Groot was good for what it was. So I'll go B minus so far this year. Last year, I would give them like an A minus. I was very impressed overall with their year last year, but this year, not as much with TV shows. I'm just worried that they're going to do too much and it's going to become a quality over quantity,
Totally.
or
Yeah.
thing. So like that's my fear with Marvel TV shows right now, due in large part to the struggles of Moon Knight and Miss Marvel.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I really do. And I think it'll get better cuz we're going to have the holiday special, the Halloween special, She-Hulk, and are we looking at anything else for this year?
Wakanda
Oh my
forever
gosh,
on the big
Wakanda
screen.
Forever. How did I forget about that? Uh
And of course, I think that'll be fantastic. I'm just looking at the Marvel content we've gotten so
so far,
far
so far.
here on Tuesday, August 16th, 2022. But by November 11th, 2022, when Black Panther: Wakanda Forever comes out, I may have a different opinion because I think that will be a great movie, and I'll be curious to see when they drop the second trailer or the official trailer for that film. Maybe sometime next month or in October.
Yeah, so they definitely have a few opportunities to get higher up on our ratings.
I would say that if She-Hulk's good and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is outstanding, it could climb more to a B plus or an A minus
Totally.
for me.
Yeah, I totally, yeah. All right, so now I thought we could talk about Stephen A. Smith returning to First Take, and since he already made a short about it, I figured you could discuss this in depth.
Well, yeah, and thank you for the floor cam. And yeah, Stephen A. Smith back from First Take after being gone for over a month, recovering from shoulder surgery. He came back yesterday, and yet yesterday's First Take show was done on a boat in the New York waters to help ease Stephen A. back into being on a First Take following his shoulder surgery. But honestly, I think First Take, and I mentioned this in the short, can celebrate his return and look forward to many years with him to come. But I think they legitimately have to look at the show when he's not there. It's just not the same. There aren't the same level of passion it takes. I understand that Chris Mad Dog Russo can scream and give passionate takes, but he's a clown, so you can't really trust anything that he says. So I just think First Take has to celebrate Stephen A. being back in these, two episodes yesterday and today, or these two shows yesterday and today have been great, but I think they have to be legitimately worried about the show when he's not there. And I'll be honest. I think when Stephen A. retires from First Take and retires from ESPN, I don't think First Take should be a show anymore.
Whoa!
I just
Wow,
won't
that
see a
is a
need for it
bold
after that.
take. That is a
Well,
bold take.
I mean, who could come in and replace Stephen A. Smith? This is Stephen A. Smith that we're talking about here. This is his show. What's it going to be like when he's gone?
Yeah.
I I certainly won't be watching it very much.
Wow. Wow, that is bold. Coming from you, at least. I know you're a big fan of First Take.
Yep, but in large part to Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
He's really what makes the show. For me to be completely honest.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that, actually. Uh, so yeah, there will be a short up on the Everything Podcast Shorts channel about that. I think that about covers it. What do you think, Will?
Yeah, I think so. I just want to end again by saying I am so excited for Cobra Kai season 5. I think it's gonna be epic. Go check out the trailer this instant if you haven't yet.
It'll be great. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Also, thank you for the 1,000 views on the first episode of the Everything Music Show. Yeah, see you next time.